Frugal Hooga Gardener. I'm outside in front of some of my banana plants this morning. I'm going to give a little tour. As you can see, I decided to put some trail orange tape on all of them as markers because I've been having a hard time spotting them, and a couple of them got overripe on me, and I don't want that to happen again. And I need to know where they're braced up so I could check them all the time. I finished cutting up my bamboo and I set out what I had, and I'm going to show you that. But I need to next weekend go chop down a bunch more because I'm still short. So let's take a tour, see my markers, and see how I propped up all my banana plants so the weight of the bananas don't collapse the plant and I don't lose my harvest on the plants without bamboo supports. So let's get going. Okay, so over here I got some PVC supports. It's wedged in there and it's holding up the rack, and I put a marker on the rack. I went ahead and left the male blossom on all my plants so the pollinators, as you can see, could go around and enjoy the pollen and make honey. I like supporting the wildlife. Okay, especially the pollinators, because they pollinate not only my banana plants, but my garden. Okay, so over here is a rack. It's coming out of the tree. There's no bamboo on this, but it's leaning against that plant for now till I get more bamboo. But you can see these ice cream bananas, they're starting to get plumper. They'll be ripening soon. I got a marker on it, and down below I have the male blossom to support the pollinators. Okay, so over here I got a PVC pipe, and it's on this banana plant because this one here was leaning. It's a young plant. I got a rack on it. They're still square, so they got a ways to go. The one I just showed you over there is more plump, and that one's going to be ripening soon. This one's got a ways to go. I put a marker on it so I could easily see it, and I left the male blossom on it so these pollinators could go ahead and gather all the pollen they want. Some people take those off. I prefer to leave them because I'm supporting the pollinators. It all depends on what you believe. Okay, this banana plant here is going up and it's leaning, so I need to go ahead and prop this one up with some bamboo still. I don't have the bamboo, but right over here is my rack of ice cream bananas. Still got a ways to go. They've still got some lines on it, so they're not plump enough. They got to get a little bit plumper. And you can see I put a tag on it. And the pollinators are on here having fun this morning. They're getting breakfast. The pollinators are having breakfast. Okay, so here's another ice cream banana plant. It's leaning, as you can see. I don't have the support. I'm going to try to get some more this weekend. But here's a rack of bananas. They're squared off, so they got a ways to go. They got to grow and they got to get plump. Here's my tag. And then on the bottom, I got the male blossom. And there's some pollinators on down under there on this side. Now this plant over here is just now putting off a blossom up there. You can see the blossom. So if I come around this side, there's the blossom. There's no bananas yet. They're still inside the female blossom. And right over here you can see I got a tag. Once this gets lower, I'll move the tag onto that, but for now it's okay like that. And this is the back side of my ice cream banana plants on my pond. And if you can see all the way over there, we're going next. Okay, so over here was all my ice cream banana plants. I still need to get some supports to support them up, but at least I showed you what stage they are as far as the banana growth goes. And I finally this morning went ahead and marked them because the shipment came in yesterday. And I got a row, blaze orange. So at nighttime, it'll glow. And during the day, I can see them easily. And when I walk around, I have less of a chance of missing a rack of bananas that are ripening, because they go from starting to ripen to over ripening within a week. So you better not miss any. I already did that. What could you do? But the good news is I got plenty. So let's continue the tour and I'll show you some more. Okay, so I'm in front of this banana plant over here, and you can kind of see I got PVC pipe bracing it up. And then it comes down to the rack. They're still square, they got a ways to go. And I put myself a marker on it. Even though it's right out here in the open, I just wanted to do it. But there's a marker on it. I probably wouldn't miss that, but I still wanted to go ahead and mark it. Now right on over here, here's a new blossom coming out. And as you can see, there's a lot of pollinators. All the way around on all sides. So they're pollinating the female blossoms, which are turning into bananas. There's a lot more female blossoms in there yet to come out, so we'll wait. But I went ahead and marked the plant until this grows longer, and then I'll move the marker onto that. So that's what that looks like up there. Okay, so over there you see all those bamboo and PVC. We're going there now. Okay, so right up over here I got a new blossom coming out with bananas on it, and you can see I braced it up and I put a marker on the pole until the male blossom drops where there's no more bananas, and I'll move it onto there. So let's go ahead and go around that way and come around, and I'll show you all the ways I propped them up, and you'll see the markers on them. And I do have a couple plants that aren't propped up, but I did mark them, and they're not propped up because I don't have the supports. Hopefully by next weekend, if the weather's good, I'm going to get some more. Okay, so right over here, PVC pipe. Here's the blossoms. I scared the bees away, but here they come. They're on the other side. I scared them around to that side. See them over there? Okay, so here's my hands coming down the rack, and you can see that goes all the way up, and it's propped up nicely, and I got the marker. So now I have to, as you can see, my grass is long. I need to get in here and weed eat, and mulch. Let's go around and we'll see what I got going on. So here's some bamboo supports coming up, and the bamboo support is supporting this. Well, actually, the bamboo support is supporting this plant right here, which is an Orinoco, right there. And it's going up, and you can see where the bamboo crosses in here. That's where it's supporting. Now this is another plant. This plant here is a praying hands, and I marked it with the tape, and it's going up. But this one is not supported yet. So I got to get in here with another support and support this one up before they get heavier. Okay, working my way around. I put a marker on this leaf because right up here you can see it's leaning, but this is a praying hands. Let me go around. You can see all the pollinators. And that's for the praying hands up there. Too high for me to get to, but I will get to it here shortly. Okay, here's another praying hands right here, and it's non-supported, so I got to put a support on this. Now right over here, going on up, I got a marker, Orinoco, and as you can see, it is supported with the PVC pipe. Okay, so coming over here, you see a piece of bamboo, another piece of bamboo. I'm going through all of this, and I'm propping up that banana plant right there. This is the only way I could get the PVC in here, but you see where that lizard is? That's where the cross is. The lizard's using it for a highway. He just jumped. And it goes over, and it's on this rack of Orinoco. Look how big those hands are. The bananas are really nice size, and it goes down like that. And then right down in here, you can see this banana plant here. I don't have a support yet, but it comes down to the rack. I marked it, and there's the bud on it. I still got to prop that one up. Now remember, I'm on a lake over here, so I can't get down there, so I'm propping up on the hill. So right over here is my PVC pipe. As you can see, it goes up, and it's propping up this banana plant. And there's the stalk coming down to my bananas, my rack. And right down over here, you can see the pollinators grabbing all the pollen and juices that they could first thing in the morning. And you can see some of them are actually on the blossom itself, sucking something out of it. They wouldn't be there if they weren't. Okay, I'm going to make my way around, and you can see this PVC pipe over here. Okay, and you can see this PVC pipe over here. There's a blossom right there. There's this tag. There's my bananas. And you can see it's supported up on the top. I knocked off all of the blossoms, so they're waiting for it to open up, but they're still enjoying. So you can see how this one's propped up. You can see how I propped up this one on the inside here. It's holding up this rack of bananas, and I marked it. And there's some more down in there. You see how you can see them good with the marker? Okay, so right over here I got a marker. There's some pollinators tucked on in there as far as they could. They're all getting honey. Some over there. Now you go up to the marker, you go up, you see my banana. My bananas over here, they got a ways to go. But that's going up to the stalk and down. There is no support on this yet, but I know where it is, and I know I got to support it. Now coming over here, the same thing. I got a blossom. There's my marker. There's my banana rack. I still got to support it. But I'm not going to miss it now, even though it's hidden in here, because I can see that. Now over here, you can see my bamboo. You can see pollinator in there. The blossoms got knocked off. There'll be more coming out. Here's my marker. Here's my rack. And that's going up. And you can see it is supported by this bamboo. Let me make my way around. Okay, so you can see where the bamboo goes up and crosses. That's what's holding up that banana rack now. So now you can see this bamboo comes up right over here. Look how much this plant is leaning. Look at that. I'm going straight up. Look how much it's leaning going that way. You can see where this rack already started pulling it down. There's pollinators up in there. There's the blossom. There's my marker. There's my rack. And the PVC is crossed, and it is holding up this banana plant. Right up over there. Okay, coming through this way. Right over here you can see the PVC. This is supporting the banana plant all the way up in there. Then you got the stalk coming down to the rack. These are getting nice and plump. I'll be harvesting these here soon. I got the marker all the way down to the male blossom. Now over here I got some bamboo coming up. You can see where it's crossed and it's supporting the plant. And you can see this plant here, the stalk comes down to these bananas. Got my marker, and there's the male blossom. So you can see how the bananas hide a little bit, but I can see the markers good. Now coming over here, I'm not going to go in there, but you see that PVC pipe? It goes up, it's supporting that banana plant. Got the rack. That rack of bananas has a marker and a male blossom. Right over here you can see the PVC pipe is supporting that rack, supporting the bananas. There's my marker, and that goes down. Now coming over here, got the PVC pipe. It's holding up the banana plant. Coming down to the hands, there's the marker, and here's the bud. Now coming over here is another PVC pipe. It goes up and it's supporting the plant back in there. It goes up and it comes down to this rack. There's my marker, and there's the bud. Now in this, when I get some taller bamboo, I'm going to prop it up there higher, but at least it's supported now. Okay, so this is where we started. Okay, so this is where I went in and went around. So now let's go over there and check out what I done. Okay, so let's start over here. You can see I got the bamboo going up really high. It's supporting the plant. Now I'm pointing up as high as I could. That's up there really high, but there's a long stalk coming down to a really big blossom. A lot of pollinators on the inside. And I need to put a marker on this one. I have not done so yet. I'm going to wait for that to come down a little bit more and put a marker on it. But for now, I'll go ahead and put one on this right here once I'm done with the video. Now coming down in here, I just seen the marker right there. Over here is a really big rack of praying hands. Comes down to that banana plant. There's no support on this yet, but I need it. You can see this plant right there is leaning, so I need to do something quick or soon. Now coming over here, I have this bamboo. I put the marker on the bamboo because there's no male coming out yet. But right up there is where the bamboo attaches and holds up the plant. Right down here is where it comes down. You can see all the banana hands over here. They're still growing, they're getting longer. They're right down here next to this female blossom. There's still more bananas coming out. And the pollinators are working it pretty good. But at least this is propped up, and there's my marker. Now right up over here, I got bamboo. It's supporting this banana plant. The stalks coming down to this rack. This is a really big rack. It's still not mature. It's got a ways to go. But I got a marker on it, and I got the male bud. Now right up over here, you can see I got bamboo. It's coming up and supporting this plant right over there, where I got the stalk coming down, and you can see how big and how many hands are on this rack, all the way down to the bud. I got a marker on it. So this rack here has got a ways to go, but at least it's marked. Now on the ground, I got a piece of PVC pipe thrown there because there's one hiding right up in here. You see this guy hiding right here? And it's coming down. Look how big that is. A lot of pollinators on there this morning. Look at them hiding right down in there. They're just enjoying their morning meal, pollinating all the bananas. But there's no, I got a marker on it on the ground, but there's no bamboo holding it up just yet, which shows I need to get more bamboo. Now, coming over here, I got a marker on this. There's the male blossom. It comes up. There's my marker. There's a praying hands. There's nothing holding that up yet, but at least the plant is straight. I need to put bamboo on that. Okay, so coming over here, I got my marker. I got my bananas. They're nice and plump. Look, they're rounding. This is going to be harvested soon. It comes up. No bamboo holding that up. But I need to go ahead and get some bamboo to prop it up. Okay, so right over here, I got some I got some PVC pipe. Here's the blossom. It's towards the end. You see how it splits apart? When the blossom's to the end, there's not going to be any more. You can see how it separates like that. So this one I could cut off here pretty soon. Here's my marker. Here's my bananas. They're plump. They're almost time to ripe. I got to keep watching them, see if they split. If they split, I got to harvest them. But you can see the PVC is holding up the plant. Now coming over here, look at all these bamboos here. But I got this bamboo coming up. Here's the male blossom being worked by pollinators. That goes up to my marker. Goes up to a really nice rack of praying hands, which goes up there, and you see the PVC crossing. That's holding up the banana plant. And the stalk has all that weight down. Now this plant is nice and safe. Now right over here, I got this bamboo coming up. I got a marker on the bamboo because I can't get anything on this blossom yet. It's a big fat blossom, so there's still a lot of female blossoms in there that are going to turn to bananas. You can see all these pollinators working it. And you can see all the bananas, they started up there and they're coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they're 8, 9, and there's a bunch left in there. You can see where the PVC pipe crosses. You can see where the bamboo crosses, and it's supporting that really big stalk with all these hands. This is a super, super big and healthy stalk. It's going to be a lot of bananas on that one. Okay, right over here, Got bamboo coming up that I just got. You can see these pollinators. They're working the blossoms. That goes all the way on up, and you can see where this bamboo, I marked it, and you can see where it's supporting the plant right up on there. So this is going to be nice and secure. I don't have to worry about those collapsing. So right over here you got bamboo. I marked it. You can see where it crosses and it's holding up the plant. And you can see this really, really big, look at the size of that blossom coming out. That's going to be a nice rack. This is where I put this on the ground, so I know right up in here. Look at all these bees. They don't like being in the sun. Look, there's more in the shade. Okay, so you can see that goes up. I still got to go ahead and put some bamboo on there and prop it up. That's why I got to go get more. Now right over here is some bamboo. The bamboo is supporting the banana plant, which is coming down to this really large praying hands over here. It's getting real nice and fat and thick. Got my marker. Got the male blossom being worked down there. Now right on up over here is the other side to this really big male blossom. The pollinators are working it good. I got that marked on the other side. I just had to check it out. Okay, right over here, PVC pipe is going on up and connecting and supporting the banana plant. Got the stalk coming down with a ton of hands on it. Look at all these hands and bananas. Once again, these are square, they're thin. They still got to plump up, get round, and get longer. And when they do, it's going to add a lot of weight. But now this plant is supported with the PVC pipe, and there's no chance of it collapsing. You could already see when I go around that it's leaning that way. Okay, right over here, you can see bamboo going up. You can see my marker. This goes all the way up. You can see where it crosses. And then there's some nice hands coming down the rack. And you can see the blossoms still putting off bananas. Let me back up, maybe you can see that. Anyways, that's a lot of hands, a lot of bananas. The blossoms are still putting off fruit, but it's supported. So I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish this morning. I tagged everything, so when I walk around I can see. And then if I see new blossoms coming up, I'll tag those, you know, put the markers on them. I know how much more bamboo I need to get so I could prop up the ones without. Before I did this, I would walk around and I'd have to search for all those bananas in there. But now it's going to be a little bit easier for me to spot them. And slowly but surely, as you can see, I got all these bamboo and PVC pipes holding them up. So I do need to get more. And around the property, I'm going to start growing clumping bamboo. But that's going to take probably about 2 years or more for them to get taller. I'm going to be using the silver stripe and the sea breeze because they grow about 1.5 inches to 2 inches, and the insides of them are really thick, so they're nice and strong. But that's 2 years down the road. You'll see a video when I go to plant them. But for now, I had to buy some PVC because I didn't have all the bamboo I needed. Then I found somebody with some bamboo. I went to cut it down. They invited me back out so I could cut more down. So I'm going to take advantage of that, because as you can see, I still need them. And every plant that does not have a support on it probably will get pulled over and I'll lose my harvest. So anyway, hey, this is Sam, the Frugal Hooga Gardener. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I now mark each banana rack that comes out, so I know where they are, easier to spot when they're hidden in there. How I utilized all the bamboo and the PVC supports. So if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, give me a like, give me a share. If you give me a like, that's the only way I know that you want to see more of these videos. Come on over to my Facebook page. Come on over to my Facebook group. Sign up. It's free. We do a lot of posting on there. I post a lot of photos that you won't see on YouTube, because that's where I post photos and stuff like that. Plus, we respond when people need help. And we like to see what you're growing too. So come on over and join us. So until then, I'm Sam, the Frugal Hooga Gardener. See you soon.